This is week 1 of my final major project. Now, as this was the first week of making the final major project, I was starting from scratch and I had to start with contextual. Now, by starting with contextual, it allows you to have a little base idea of what you're wanting to make and have a little think of products that have already been made and creators who have made them. And by doing it like this, you can sort of get a feel of the ideas and the backstory of what these creators had, whilst also looking at their techniques, their style, and any effects that they may use. Now for me, I started looking at a creator called Rudy Mancuso. He is a YouTuber that has made a few videos similar to one that I am wanting to make. Now within this, he uses ideas which are very unique, and this unique idea is something that I want to bring over to my video. Now I also started to look at in the past of what products I'd already made, and in a older product in one of my music videos I did use something where I used myself in the frame multiple times. Now addressing that idea is something that I think is important now, as I have used it earlier on using more of myself, and it's something that I'm wanting to use on my F.M.P. After that, I started to look at special effects that I may use, such as rotoscoping and green screening. Now to start with rotoscoping, it is something that I've already used in a past product. Though it does take time to do, I feel like that if I stick to the schedule which I will be making, I should be able to get it all done. Within the side of rotoscoping, I did briefly look at a video that a student had made where they used heavy amounts of rotoscoping on the video, and without the video it just wouldn't be the same without it. Now this idea of rotoscoping being a main aspect is something that I also want to bring over to my video. As well with green screening, where Rudy Mancuso, another video of his that I looked into. I looked into one of Rudy Mancuso's videos where he used green screening to change the backgrounds to portray what is needed. Now I may not necessarily use it for that idea, but green screening also is a very important part of my F.M.P. Now between each of those 2 days I did do a end of day journal, where that just allowed me to have a look at what I thought went well, what I thought I could do better, and I thought that doing that was very successful as well. I found that successful by having a look back at what I thought went well during that day and what I thought I could have done better. Now acting on that, I did go back to the first day's work, recorrect it a little bit, I didn't take away any information that I did or didn't need, and then finally add to it to make it as strongest as I can. Now during my last day of work for this week, I started and finished my proposal. Now this Word document brings in the rationale of what I actually find was inspiring me, so I put all that contextual stuff into one box. Then I start to do the project concept of what I actually think the product will be. So my plans for next week are to do and finish research. Within this I will look at secondary and primary research, and once that's done we can think about what we can do afterwards. Now on the plan that I made on my proposal towards the end, I did say that on my second week I will be doing research. Within this I'll be looking at videos such as Rudy Mancuso's and what styles he portrays as, and researching of more into quicker ways to rotoscope and sufficient ways and successful ways to do the green screening. But overall, week 1 has been very successful for me, and now that week 1 is finished, we can start week 2 and get all the research done.